Good afternoon. It is January 18th, 2024, and today we had, well, it was a range day, but I believe we just made two legs up. I didn't measure from here. This could be it. So not quite this, but we did it's just two legs up. And if you measure it from the beginning of, okay, so that could be it right there. But if you measure it from the beginning of this overnight, then you get this move here, which you could see. I mean, this is a clear channel. So once we get the break of the channel, that's where it's a measured move, perfect measured move. So anyway, leading up to the news item, we had this big move up, and I think the news item the news item came right about here, so we were in this range. And we break out to the high side, hit a measured move of that range, and then we break out to the low side, and we went a little bit lower before we bounced. And really what that was is a 50% correction of this big move up. And that's where it bounced. So, I mean, I was thinking about marking this as green. If you see everything that's going on, if you know what's going on, maybe you take that, but that's really aggressive. All right, so we start going sideways and pretty much in a range. We're on both sides of the EMA. Looks like we have a downward bias now. We're flattening out, so you get this double test. And you could look at this as a double bottom. So first entry, second entry, short, big bearish bar. I think that's good enough for a scalp. And we pull back to this trend line that you wouldn't have had until over here. And we sell off a little bit. And we're riding this midline down, and you get a first entry, second entry, but the signal bar really isn't very good. But, you know, at this point, it kind of looked like we might correct all the way to the bottom. But we didn't, and we bounce here, and then we start making higher lows. And so it's you know, very clearly a range, pretty big range too. You know, these sell-offs, you have 3 bars here, but then it goes sideways, and then 1 bar, and then 2 bars sideways, and a few bars, and then 2 bull bars followed by a bull doji. So there's really not a lot of convincing market direction. The only thing that was convincing was this move up in the overnight. And so we get this 2 bar sell off sideways, move down to support, we bounce, and then we get this 4 bar sell off, but that bounces too. And you get a pretty decent rally after that. So the bias was up the way I was seeing it and feeling it. And we make this high, and you get a lower high. Maybe you consider that one. But this is so congested. You're going right into support. So, but it does break through, and then we hit that 50%, that midline again, and you get this higher low. I guess I can't really mark that because you're in the middle of this range. So, but that does work out, and we go a little higher, testing that high, and then we sell off a little bit, and then you get a first entry, ticks higher right here, second entry short, really big bearish bar, and there's enough room to this opening price. There's enough room to this swing low. There's enough room to the midline, so that's a good entry, and you can see everyone like that. And this is the most convincing move of the morning, and that came at a little before 9 a.m. You get about 6 bear bars in a row before we get this doji, and then we're just chopping on down. And then you get this quick rally, first entry, second entry. I think that's worth considering. it's a lower high from this, but it's right at the midline. I think you're better off sitting out that. And we do end up coming down and testing the low of this big move from the overnight. And we go a little bit lower before we're just going sideways. And we rally back up. And I don't see anything in here. You do get a first entry, failed second entry short. That's aggressive, but I could see why you would take it. You know, this is a move down. You get a break, move to a new low, rally, and then we get two legs down to a new low. So you could consider that, and that ends up being a really good move. This was extremely strong, so you do get what appears to be a two-legged pullback here. Maybe hop in there. I'd say hop in here, but it doesn't break lower. You get a second entry long right here off that trend line, and that gives us our biggest bar of that move, 20 ticks, and we kind of make a new high and just go sideways before you get two legs of correction, and then it goes higher. And we got this move here. Nothing in here to buy. That brings us to the end of the day. So not a whole lot of good entries to scalp on, unfortunately. But there it is. I hope everyone had a great day. This is the 11,000 tick chart. Let's check out the daily chart. See how the bar closed. Yeah, very bullish. So yeah, there it is. Hope everyone had a great day. I'll be back tomorrow.